As you know, Legend of the White Dragon has been in production hell. Compliments of Aaron Schwenke or whoever he wants to blame. He is the director, but since I've leaked the audio of Jason saying he won't have, he's been posting any JDF thing to validate their friendship.
You know, originally we're at a comic shop. Originally, me and Aaron are the ones who created these solo Green Ranger movie we were going to do, solo Green Ranger comic book we were going to do. And it's great. I'm so happy for the Legend of the White Dragon. But it's funny to me because I think a lot of people are a little nervous about it, including Hasbro. And then Boom as well. It kind of seems like they've got some inspiration from the creator of the new superpower beatdown suit of the Green Ranger that dominated and still dominates the cosplay world. Everyone is dressing up as the superpower beatdown Green Ranger. I know it was a bold move for Aaron, but he did it. You know, originally, right
now when it comes to that suit, Aaron licensed it, all right. And I know there's like this thing where he's like, I want credit. And I'm like, bro, once you license your work to somebody, no one has to give you credit. All right.
And then we filmed all.
And that's the thing. He's like, hey, I want credit. And you say, well, I only license to this, dog. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they give you credit. It doesn't matter if they shout you out. Sure, to be nice. But once you license it, it's gone. And like I said, he likely licensed it in perpetuity.
They were using it. Did they use it in the comic? New suit came out that was later. Was it canon? Where they were using it? Did they use it in the comic books? I believe.
So it was officially in the video games. We had to go through a kind of a whole like licensing thing for that. So that's a playable character in the video games, and then boom.
There we go. It was a licensed character in the video games. Now, Hasbro is not going to just license something for the video game only. They're going to license it forever in perpetuity. At the end of the day, you modified their pre-existing IP. Licensing deal. It is what it is. They own it outright.
Boom introduced it in the comic books in a very kind of a dodgy way, where it was very similar. And when I spoke to Dan Mora, who kind of interpreted our outfit in the comic books, he said that was the whole reason and was the main influence, and that's what Boom wanted. Boom wanted the Bat in the Sun costume in there, but without legally having to credit us or whatever. But
they don't have to, because you license it to Hasbro. Hasbro owns that suit. They could do whatever they goddamn want to do with it, even put it in a Funko Pop. But recently, Aaron has been going live and deleting live streams, which, you know, is something I find interesting in itself. So let's take a look at one of Aaron's deleted live streams.
Okay. I can tell you with 100% certainty that I'm going to cry my eyes out when watching my Dragon Family. I agree, because it's an emotional movie. There's a lot of emotional stuff. Alright, so let me read that question again. Hold on a second. Stay. Okay, I'm happy right now. I'm happy now. Night of the Creeps. Oh, nice. Is that a movie? I don't know if you've answered this right on here, but what are your thoughts? Jaded voice going on. Well, okay, so the voice of Jason. So there was a couple people in his ear at that time. Jason was, you know, when the first Kickstarter failed, you know, Jason, it really hit him hard, and he, you know, wanted someone to blame, and he didn't really blame, I mean, like, fully, I mean, because we're friends, so it was back and forth, but we had disagreements. It hit him hard, you know, but he, had Dinesh in his ear, had Kyle in his ear.
So first Kickstarter fails, and he's trying to say who Jason blamed or didn't blame. And he said he had Dinesh in his ear, he had Kyle in his ear. Because remember, Aaron's whole motive is to make sure everyone knows or believe that JDF didn't like Kyle, because Aaron doesn't like Kyle. And the harsh reality, Aaron, if you're fucking watching this, is Kyle is a successful director, and you will always be nothing more than a YouTuber. And I think somebody told you that.
Him hard, but he, had Dinesh in his ear, had Kyle in his ear, telling him that I was the reason why that all failed and so forth. But and they had promises that never came true. But he also was kind of like riling up Dinesh, because he also like kind of choked Dinesh out there longer than he should have. You can even hear it on the audio that Dinesh like really tries to tap out there. And Jason, he messaged me afterwards.
The audio, what, my audio? My audio? So Aaron is definitely watching the stream, because I played the video of Jason choking out Dinesh.
And was like, say what he did, because Dinesh was talking trash and stuff like that. And
bro, but Dinesh was not talking trash. He was talking facts. I mean, look back at this, right? Dinesh saying Aaron is a hack and Jason should work with someone else. Jason passes away. 3 years later, we still don't got Legend of the White Dragon. We still don't have a release date. We still don't know of what streaming platform it's going to be on. We don't really have nothing but other than Aaron saying, yeah, it's still in color correction. That's all we have. And likely that may be all we'll ever have. But hey, let's keep it going.
But there was, there's a lot of things going on. Then Jason liked to believe in people, and that's a wonderful thing. He used to believe in people so hard. I mean, that's how him and me got to know each other. But I try to warn him that, false promises, like with, Valiant, Dinesh was promising him, from what Jason tells me, that he was going to have a role in Bloodshot, and that never came to fruition. And then, Jason co-created Draken, never got credited for it. He was promised, he paid for that whole thing, and he didn't make any money or have any ownership or didn't get any credit, So then eventually Jason came back, and he apologized for, acting out. And I have a couple of beautiful voice messages from him about it, where he says that, he appreciates me, and that I put up with him and all that kind of wonderful stuff. But the thing, at the end of the day, we're friends, though. You have back and forth and arguments, but me and Jason work together every year, but
now here's the thing, right? Here's the video.
Down, okay? All right, you ready?
Does this look like it's violent?
No, you gotta put your arm down. Oh, fuck.
Or does this look playful?
Come on, Dinesh. That was amazing. Jeez.
Does this look like, hey, this is hey, I'm teaching him a lesson. I'm teaching Dinesh a lesson for talking about Aaron being a hack.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Does this, hey, we're doing it.
No, you gotta put your arm down. Oh, fuck.
And does Jason say, hey, don't ever talk stuff about Aaron again? Does he say that?
Nope. Come on, Dinesh. That was amazing. Jesus fucking Christ.
But, Aaron wants you to believe that he was choking him out to let him know, hey, don't be talking stuff about Aaron. Even though at one point, Jason referred to Aaron as nothing but a YouTuber.
We never kept any secrets. We were very honest. You know, Jason had a really hard time trusting people. He had a really, really, really hard time trusting people. But after that, because he saw the people that made promises and never delivered, and they saw me, who was always there for him.
And Jason did get credit in Soul of the Dragon, guys. We proved that wrong. We proved it wrong. That he actually did get credit. It was like a special thanks to JDF, like I believe on the cover, front cover or something.
You know, one of at the funeral, at Jason's funeral, one of his other very, very, very close friends, DJ Trey, as I call him, he came up to me and he was like, he goes, you know, Jason doesn't trust a lot of people, which I knew that. And he goes, I can count on one hand the people that Jason trusts with his life. And he said, you're one of them. And that, you know, that hit me kind of hard at the funeral. Just because it made me feel like I should have been there for him more, but
maybe. But I just want to like dispel some of these things. Like, as you can see, right there, it says with special consultant Jason David Frank. And then Aaron will go on to say that, well, that's not creative credit. It's not creative. It's just a special thanks. And I'm just like, dude, you said he didn't get credit. Now you saying he didn't get creative credit. I'm just be like, bro, what is it? What is it? What is it, Aaron? What is it that we should be looking at? Like I said, man, let's continue with Aaron's deleted live stream. All right, but hopefully Aaron's watching this. Like, you know, it's out of context, man. Henry, you don't know. You wasn't there, and I wasn't. But
I mean, it's tough. I mean, and I've lost my stepfather to addiction and you know all that kind of stuff. It's tough. It's tough. You know, you can be there as much as you can for them, but anyways. So, but you know, saying you know one's half, you know that's true. I said that I Bat in the Sun would need half just because on Kickstarter
I would need half. So when Jason is saying, hey, if the budget is $500,000, Aaron said he need half, is a truthful statement.
That's a truthful statement.
Hey, that's a truthful statement. That wasn't out of context. It wasn't silly audio. You didn't confirm it like 2 times now. You just keep deleting your confirmations and then try to explain away, hey, why I need half. I didn't say I need half. Bat in the Sun needs half. Ninja, you are Bat in the Sun, are you not?
You know, one's half. You know, that's true. I said that I Bat in the Sun would need half just because on Kickstarter, Kickstarter takes 25%, or 25% of it goes to fees, taxes, and the rewards, and 25% goes to crew and cast, it goes through payroll, especially if you're using SAG, and the other 50% has to go to just basically all the production.
Now, what if I fucking told you guys that Kickstarter typically takes a 5% fee? A 5% fee! You would be like, Henry, hell no. Hell no. Hell no, you lying. You capping. You capping. You capping. Henry, Henry, we gotta play it back, man.
Taxes and the reward. Said that I Bat in the Sun would need half just because on Kickstarter, Kickstarter takes 25%. Or 25% of it goes to fees, taxes, and the rewards.
Oh, hey, clean that shit up. Because Kickstarter does not take 25%, guys. Kickstarter collects 3 to 5%. And that is provable if you literally just go to their goddamn website. What are the fees? If a project is successfully funded, Kickstarter collects a 5% fee from the funds collected for creators. Stripe, our payment processor, will also collect a payment processing fee, roughly 3 to 5%. So bare minimum, you're looking at 8 to 10%. The complete fee breakdowns are available here. Do we need to go further? Do we need to go further than this? I don't know. 25%? 25%?
You dig, bro. You like to dig.
Where? No, it's Henry doesn't know. He never made a movie. Shut up, guys. Like, bro, you just gotta stop capping, dog. Stop. Let's go. Let's just run it back. Let's run it back. He's addressing the audio, and this is the second time he confirmed that he wanted half. I'll play it the first time he confirmed it and deleted it in a second.
Anyways, so, but saying wants half, that's true. I said that I Bat in the Sun would need half just because on Kickstarter takes 25%, or 25% of it goes to fees, taxes, and the rewards, and 25% goes to crew and cast. It goes through payroll, especially if you're using SAG, and the other 50% has to go to just basically all the production, costumes, set builds, makeup, catering,
half,
and then editing, music, special effects, all that sort of stuff.
Half.
My own, but what they're saying is that I get that, which is silly. I took out of the entire budget of White Dragon, I took less than 5%.
Of the entire budget of White Dragon, he personally took less than 5%. He didn't say Bat in the Sun took less than 5%. You see how it works? You see, like, I have a company. If I say, hey, yeah, my company took half, but I took less than 5%, you'd be like, wait. You took less than 5%? Well, how much did Bat in the Sun take?
Originally, I wanted to do $250,000, but Aaron wanted more. Greed.
All right, so here is the clip of him where he originally. So if you don't know, if you have not been following the story, here's the clip where Jason said Aaron wanted half.
The money
Nothing.
stuff? Yeah, I think a lot. But you know the money situation I text you?
And he's talking to Dinesh, so there's that.
That was the deal. We got $4 million. He takes $2 million to direct. And I'm like, what the f*** is that? Like, if we got $4 million to do something, you want $2 million to direct? Well, that's the deal.
Dude,
No.
On the screen.
No, it's not. Well, dude, $2 million to direct a $4 million movie?
This is me asking him where he completely denies it.
I can't.
This is JDF reiterating at different budgets what Aaron wanted half.
Raise $4 million and pay you $2 million. What the f*** is that? That's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, if I got 500, he wants at 500,000, even a $500,000 budget, he wants 250, half.
Now, Aaron would later go on to confirm this in a now deleted live stream right here, which again, shout out to me, shout out to the Resilient Army for getting, because here he goes.
The audio, I know there was audio out there saying that I wanted half. The only thing I can say about that is there's definitely, like, a lot of that's out of context, because when the budget was a lot smaller, I was saying, we would definitely need half. Basically because we're a post-production house, so it's covering, like I said, editing, sound design, sound mixing, visual effects, just gotta cover the whole post-production. And it's a lot of work to, work on a film. Like, if you're gonna work, like, let's say you shoot a project that's like 20 days, right? Then you're gonna be working on that film for like a year. It's like a year's worth of work.
This is me basically breaking down where he texted about telling Jason why he deserved half, because they were only going to be on set for 20 days and he's going to be on set for 265. Like, bro, just. So that means that we're not able to work on anything else. So it's like, we all have families and stuff to take care of. So but at the same time, I don't think he has, like, Aaron is not turning down ideas. People are like, hey, we really want you to direct our movie based on how Legend of White Dragon is going. We want to give you a couple more million to direct this new movie. Kind of tricky, but I can see how some people out of context get, like, freaked out, where they're just like, oh my gosh, you want, like, all the money and everything for the, you want the budget for the movie. But really that's pretty standard though for, like, post-production work and stuff. Especially when the budget is, like, smaller and you're really trying to do something kind of crazy, like attempt to do a feature film for like $500,000 or whatever. But I don't know if that answers your question. Maybe it does. I mean, he has a habit of saying, I don't know if it answers your question, even though most of the time, from my perspective, it doesn't answer the question. But let's keep going.
Less than 5%, and that's for 4 years of work. So
4 years of work, that's on you, dog. That's on you. That's on you. He's trying to say, hey, I took it 4 years of work for less than 5% personally. What did Bat in the Sun take home? What did Bat in the Sun take home?
I took out of the entire budget of White Dragon, I took less than 5%. Less than 5%, and that's for 4 years of work. So
here's the thing, guys. If I give you $1 million to do a job that takes 1 year and it takes you 4 years, whose fault is that? Now, granted, you get a little bit of leeway because JDF is not here. But come on now. We got to look in the mirror. We got to take a little bit of accountability. You did that.
It's been a little, I'm looking forward to B-Dog come back around. So, anyways, to answer your question, I was kind of rambling there, and I'm also kind of like, kind of all around. I gotta tell you, Aaron, the White Dragon suit is amazingly badass. How long did it take you to design a suit? Oh, a long time. Actually, I was gonna post a photo tonight of a close-up look of the suit, so you guys can really see what it looks like, because it looks pretty cool up close. It was very expensive. The suit was like $30,000, and we built it over a year. We didn't work on it every day, but we work on it all the time.
$30,000 for a suit? Did I hear that correctly? $30,000 for a suit? Aaron said White Dragon was a SAG production. I don't think he said it was. I think he was trying to break down the price points. Aaron said Jason joined the union for the film. Did he? I don't know. Would SAG be asking where's the film is? Do they fund to? No, SAG wouldn't be asking where the film is. SAG would just be making sure everyone's getting paid. No one's working over, like, I don't know, whatever the SAG rules are without compensation. But I'm not a member of SAG, so I can't say for sure. But that's what I think. SAG is there to protect the actor, not necessarily monitor production.
A long time. Actually, I was going to post a photo tonight of a close-up look of the suit, so you guys can really see what it looks like.
Wait, he said that suit cost $30,000,
cool
guys.
Amazingly badass. How long did it take you to design a suit? Oh, a long time. Actually, I was going to post a photo tonight of a close-up look of the suit, so you guys can really see what it looks like, because it looks pretty cool up close. It was very expensive. The suit was like $30,000.
$30,000.
And we built it over a year. We didn't work on it every day, but we work on it all the time.
A $30,000 suit? Come on.
Stop the cap.
Sounds amazing, man. I'm so sorry it ended the way it did. He seemed like a good guy. Jason was a great guy. He was troubled, hard to deal with sometimes, but he had a really good heart, and he was just trying to overcome the trauma that he experienced in his youth. I really commend Jason for trying so hard. He really, he really was a good guy. He was trying to overcome. If you ever listen to Jason, you listen to his poetry, he's pretty honest, which is really admirable, especially for a man in his kind of celebrity position to be so honest. But a lot of his stuff, if you really listen to his self-talk, it's he's trying to talk to himself. A lot of that's very kind of a common point of psychology, is that a lot of people try to help others with the same problems they have because they have a hard time helping themselves. And something that always felt really good to him was him helping others. It always was, and that's always a great feeling, and that's very admirable. So, I don't know if I'm rambling or if any of this is interesting for you guys, but I would love to talk to you again, but I understand if I cannot. I've spoken to you before. Oh, nice. We'll have to talk. We'll talk again. What's up, man? Always good to see you on here. We appreciate you. Oh, thank you. Okay. Got that all done there. Now I have to log a 100-pound air conditioning unit upstairs, because my mom also comes here, helps take care of my grandma, but she has medical problems, and she can't handle the heat, whereas my grandma can't handle the cold. Watch what I say get picked apart tomorrow, taken out of context and said everything every which way.
Hey, watch what I say gets picked apart and taken out of context and said every which way. Dog, we played the whole thing you said. We added more context. What do you mean?
Watch what I say get picked apart tomorrow, taken out of context and said everything every which way.
Bro, you deletes the streams. You deleting the streams like in real time. People got to screen record just to catch the stuff you're saying.
But nothing can break friendship. No, I mean, me and Jason were brothers. I mean, I have a lot of messages of him saying just how much he loves me.
Like when he says stuff like, hey, what's taken out of context? Hey, explain what was taken out of context. I hate that Blake can say, oh, that was out of context. Hey, what was out of context? It's just silly audio, man. Don't believe these negative YouTubers, man, with their conspiracy theories.
And, you know, how thankful he is and, you know, how he doesn't really have a lot of friends. Or close friends. I don't want to say that because now they're going to be like, you're saying that all his friends weren't his friends. I'm not saying that. He has a lot of friends, but like really, really close friends, you know. Hold on there. I'm picking up this air conditioning unit. Oh, almost dropped the phone.
Let them know. Let them tell.
My cell phone is always recording, bitch.
Let them know. We always recording from here on out.
That was heavy. I'm just taking you guys around with me. Is this boring or is this fun? What's up, Aaron? Always great to see you on here. We appreciate you. Thanks, Nico. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I think he says one more thing, and then we got to go to the next one.
Okay, now I gotta carry this upstairs. Oh, when it comes to the film, where did you guys get the financial backing for the action figures? That was our investor, Chris. But also partnered with the actual action figure company. I'd have to check on that. I don't know the actual records on that. I don't know if it was like half and half or how that worked. I don't know. Or it might be less. It might be. These are things I don't know, guys. I don't deal. It's funny when people accuse me of dealing like with financial stuff. I don't really deal with it a lot. I also don't see any rewards from it either. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Any updates on Dragon Prime Helmet? We're gonna do them. I promise. I promise. Will you ever release unused concept designs? You know, I might. I have to look for them, but I might. What's my number one memory you have of Jason? Honestly, just kind of like hanging out at the house. Like, he loved Impractical Jokers. That was one of his favorite shows. Like my dad's favorite show too. So we would like watch it all the time. We would just laugh. Like he loved that show. He introduced us to Murr from the show, you know. So, I guess I gotta do hold this strange shirt walking upstairs. Wasn't Superman supposed to be your version of Green Ranger suit?
He's definitely watching your streams, Henry. He legit pinpointed a point I made of him saying he was JDF's only friend when he died, and said that JDF said other Rangers weren't his friends. Of course he's watching the stream, dog. Him watching it, Vera watching it, his dad watching it, probably members of the Frank family watching it. Like, I don't, like, imagine this, right? Imagine you supposed to get a cut of this guy's film, and when he goes live, you can't even watch it because he deleted it. And you be like, well, I got to come to Henry's stream to see what your goofy ass is saying. Because Henry got it.
In the Green Ranger series, yes, but then we changed it. Question, where can I get your autograph? Whenever I go to a convention, happy to sign. Happy to sign. I'm really bad. I don't charge for that stuff. I should, but everyone else does, but I just feel weird doing it. So I'll sign your stuff, no problem. Okay.
All right, I believe this is the end of this one. And then we have to go to this next one where he just comes out the gate firing. This dude hates Kyle Higgins, man. He hates Boom. When I really think it's just jealousy, envy. I mean, what successful comic has Aaron ever created while simultaneously hating all these, hating people like Kyle, Dinesh?
Would you like me to do a documentary on him? That's something you go to my local theater and see movies. Well, why'd you bring me there? I hope so. I haven't gotten them back yet. Keep going. I'm curious who owns the right for the Bat and the Sun Green. Saban or Hasbro, however they got, they do. We signed the thing over. I just gave them to him free of charge just because I wanted them to live on. My biggest thing was just Boom never acknowledged it.
I gave it to him free of charge just so it could live on. Once you license something, they don't have to do anything. Them licensing from you is your acknowledgement. And him thinking like some cosign is really going to put Boom on the map because they designed one costume that gained popularity, I just don't think so. But him just constantly vying for people to acknowledge him. You put out a body of work that people can't ignore, then you never have to worry about people acknowledging you. Just put out something great. You got the suit, but you license it away. Put out something better that's not Power Rangers adjacent or related. And then bam, they know you. Hey, Bat and the Sun did this. Beatdown separated you from a lot of YouTubers. What have you done lately, though?
Saban or Hasbro, however they got, they do. We signed the thing over. I just gave them to him free of charge just because I wanted them to live on. My biggest thing was just Boom never acknowledged it. Like I reached out to Boom personally and I was like, hey, you're adapting our suit in your comics. That's so awesome. Me and Jason would like some books. We want to frame them, put them up. Really.
Why is he saying me and Jason? Did Jason say he wanted some books? Did Jason say that shit? Oh man,
honored. And then Boom, was just like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Like, I know what you're talking about. That's all. We didn't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, what? I was like, that's our suit. Like, I know it's our suit. You adapted it. You modified it a little bit. Dan Moore modified it. But I was like, but it's fine. I'm not looking for money or anything. I just thought it was really cool. I was like, I just want to frame some pictures, put it in my house.
Well, buy him like the rest of the goddamn fans, dog. What the hell? You think you get special treatment? We licensed it. We got the license from Hasbro. Hasbro said, boom, you could do whatever you want with any Power Rangers IP. We saw your suit and was like, oh yeah, we gonna take that. We gonna yoink that. Come on, Boom. Shout me out.
Nope.
Fuck out of here, dog. We shouting out Hasbro. You be talking shit about me, Kyle. Kyle, you think the company that Kyle is like the man for, they're gonna be like, yeah, let's shout out Aaron, even though he's been talking shit about you likely for years and still talking shit to this day. Still, he's hurt. He's hurt by Kyle Higgins like he stole his girlfriend at prom or something.
And they wouldn't acknowledge it. So then Dan Moore came out and he publicly said it, and then I reached out to him. I was like, who asked you to adapt the suit? And he's like, oh, Boom did. Boom specifically requested it. And I was like, that's what I thought. Like, what? Like, how shitty is that? And I was like, this is the kind of shit that I was like talking about. I was like, Jason, they just fucking use people. And it's like, we don't want any money. Don't want any money at all. Just want all the credit, Not even that, just being like, hey, here's like some comic books. And it's not like, oh, we can't have like $10 comic books. Like, who cares? But it's just like the level of like,
Kyle left his ass on red, probably. I mean, no, the problem was, Kyle has success. He has paid success. Companies are paying Kyle to do work, to complete projects. He has a track record of success. Aaron has a track record of beatdowns. It ain't the same. They're not in the same level. And they never will be. Now that Aaron is pretty much hung his hat on Legend of the White Dragon and you see how that's going, what other company is going to see that and be like, oh yeah, man, let's put you up to the top, man? None of them.
Respect. So I was like, all right. Green's from Toronto. Hey, what's up? I'd be willing to edit the whole document. Oh, thank you. No, I'm good. I'm an editor. So, but I appreciate that. I promise we get it. I appreciate that. I think I mentioned before in the last 7 minutes, probably super touchy subject, but do you think The Crow very worthy battle? I think it'd be cool. Where do you plan on streaming this finally when it comes out? We don't know yet. We'll have to have those negotiations going on, but I don't really know.
Bro, what negotiations? What negotiations? Like, you have to think about this, right? You got to think about it. You allegedly haven't shown Netflix anything. The insider said Netflix, Hulu, Amazon already rejected it. I got to imagine you reached out to every large platform and said, hey, we got this movie coming out. What do you think? Here's a trailer. Here's what we plan on doing with it. Toy launch. We got JDF. We got Bat in the Sun with 25 million views on beatdowns. You got all that stuff. And they were just like,
nope.
Juice Fox. We love a documentary on him. He was such an enigma who wore so many masks, and I feel the world deserves to know he is not Tommy Miller, not Randy, but the man himself. Yeah, the thing I would say is that a lot of people don't know Jason. And he felt that too. He felt very alone, but that was also his doing. But I think a lot of people don't know the real Jason.
Because he knows him. Amen.
The people closest to him did. I did. Jenna does. Tammy does. Tony does. Trey does. My dad does.
What about Francis? What about Nicole? What about people like that? Did they know him? Or, that's not an all-inclusive list?
So how do you guys come up with mashups? I pick them, see what you guys like, something I want to do. Yeah, arrogant people still want to sell you after money. That's funny, because that's definitely not true. I've made the least amount of money on this project based upon the time frame that I've worked on it. Like, I've been losing money, actually.
Now, you can only say you're losing money if you obviously put money in. Or if you like, I had to turn down this project because of this, because I'm doing Legend of the White Dragon. No, you had to delay a beat down Kickstarter because you can't finish Legend of the White Dragon and you put your goddamn foot in your mouth when you said it. What about Patrick Sky? Hey, did Patrick Sky know Jason? Is he on that list? Is Patrick Sky on your list, Aaron, of people who knew Jason? I'm just curious. Aaron, because you seem to be like the aficionado for who knew Jason and who Jason's friends were. I'm just curious. Let's run that back.
Like something I want to do. Yeah, arrogant people still want to sell you after money. That's funny, because that's definitely not. You guys come up with Tony does, the real Jason. Don't know Jason. An enigma who wore so many masks, and I feel the world deserves to know he is not Tommy Miller, not Randy, but the man himself. Yeah, the thing I would say is that a lot of people don't know Jason. And he felt that too. He felt very alone, but that was also his doing. But I think a lot of people don't know the real Jason. The people closest to him did. I did. Jenna does. Tammy does. Tony does. Trey does. My dad does.
Hey, what about Francis? Did Francis know Jason? Did Patrick Sky know Jason? Did Nicole know Jason? Did Johnny Young Bosh know Jason? I'm just curious because you didn't name him. And did Amy Jo Johnson know Jason? Did the people who he seemed to have like a relationship with, did they know him? Or is it just that list? Now I know he's going to go live and he's going to respond to me and say, hey, I may have said some things, but he had a lot of friends, man.
So how do you guys come up with mashups? I pick them, see what you guys like, something I want to do. Yeah, arrogant people still want to sell you after money. That's funny, because that's definitely not true. I've made...
Bro, you said it 2 times at this point that you wanted half the money, dog. You literally said it earlier in this goddamn interview. Earlier in this live stream, you said you wanted half the money. Oh, God, man. Did he forget? It only had to be like 5 minutes ago. It was like 5 minutes ago.
The least amount of money on this project based upon the time frame that I've worked on it. Like, I've been losing money, actually.
Yeah, because you can't finish the project.
So that's 100% not true. Am I based in LA? I am based in LA.
So what
I
about...
gotta figure this out. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just focus real quick here.
Like, bro, these live streams is just like, just hang out with me, dog. I don't know. I'm so used to like an organized structure. Maybe if I was just like killing time, like, hey guys, today you're going to be with me and I'm going to fix this air conditioner, answer questions, and I'm going to delete the stream with all this key information that fans should really need. I know, he's just rummaging around, guys. Don't worry, he's going to keep giving more juice when he gets back.
I gotta look at one in my room because I have no idea. Have you storyboarded Legend of My Dragon, or was it mostly done through shot list? A little bit of both.
I'd be like, bro, if you're going to do a live stream, Aaron, don't be like, a little bit of both. Motherfucker, read the goddamn question. Read it loud so the people in the audience know what you're talking about. I'm over here got to use my other ear because my other eardrum broke because my ear's been to these streets.
One of the most wonderful, important things to have is where you can be 100% yourself without having your guard up. Yes. Me and Jason had that with each other. Okay, so what the heck is going on here? Okay, oh, you go like that.
Sorry, guys. I have no control over this.
Well. Okay, now I understand. Wait, one more time. Okay, I think I understand now. By the way, Wolverine suit is so much better than the one in Dib Wolverine. Thank you. Thank you. Well, John Carroll had the arms for it. That dude is yoked. Okay, so wait a minute here. So
he's going to mention Johnny Young Bosh soon. But surprisingly, Johnny Young Bosh didn't make the list of people who knew Jason.
That goes there.
His live streams are just so not organized.
There you are.
Hard to watch too. But, hey, this is how you got to get the content.
Okay. God, I hope I didn't get bit. Damn mosquitoes in California now. Okay, so what about the other thing going around about Johnny being legendary and then backing out? Oh. So me and Johnny are friends. We just talked the other day. Johnny called me and he was like, "Can you believe all this nonsense that's being said online?" I was like, "I know, it's hilarious."
Can you believe all this nonsense that's being said on Johnny? You were in that group chat, dog. You were in that group chat. You said shit got weird. That was your interview, dog.
Oh. So me and Johnny are friends. We just talked the other day. Johnny called me and he was like, "Can you believe all this nonsense that's being said online?" I was like, "I know, it's hilarious. These people think they have all this juice and gossip, and
these people as in me, guys.
They have nothing, like all silly stuff." So when basically, well, when the break, so when the White Dragon failed the first time, Jason went over to do a project with Johnny, Clickboom, and
Johnny and Kyle Higgins.
That fell apart. Because there was just a miscommunication between the two of them. There was just issues going on that, was not Johnny's fault, and I don't want to say who was at fault. I don't think it was either one of them. I think they were just, they're just things that happened that I let Johnny tell that side of that story. Johnny's a really good guy. He's very sweet and very moral, and he's a good guy. So things just didn't work out. How is this supposed to go on? But there we go. And then when White Dragon started back up, because after all that fell apart, me and Johnny were like, "Oh man, we really want to work together." I even talked to him about, being in a possible beatdown just recently. But when White Dragon started back up, he was just, I think, kind of, like I said, I don't want to speak for him, but I think he was kind of just burnt out from the whole process before, and which I understood, and I always wanted him involved. He's really, really, Johnny's very, very talented, and God, this is so hard to do. He's very talented. He's a good musician. He's a good actor. Good voiceover artist. Good writer. But okay. Okay. So I don't know. Did that make sense? Sorry, I'm like kind of like.
No, motherfucker, you didn't answer the question. I mean, you can say it was a miscommunication after the failure and with the click boom stuff, but God, man, like this guy, you got to nail him down on questions. You got to be like, no, but like so many people are like, well, I guess you answered the question, man. It's okay.
If you want to make a memoir, a comic of Jason about his life and his involvement with you, put a cover and balance on custom, would not be any backlash. Well, we couldn't use the Power Rangers because we don't own Power Rangers. So, but did that answer your? Hey, Kimiko.
Look, if you have to ask, did that answer the question? The chances are the answer is no. Like you should know you answered the question. Like, oh yeah, the question has been answered. What happened with Johnny Young Bosh?
Did that answer your question? I'm just kind of all over because I'm like really focused on getting this air conditioning set up. If people repost this live, they're going to be like, man, Aaron's all over the place.
True.
Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, Patrick Scott, you didn't know Jason, dog. Get the hell out of here, dog. Don't ever say you knew Jason. Aaron said you ain't know him, dog. You too, Francis, if you watching.
Let's get a top picture in my head. Hey, Aaron. Hey. I'm saying you, Kamiko. I'm quoting what you're saying.
I'm telling you, I bet you next live stream, Aaron is going to be like, no, Francis knew him and other people knew him. You know, I didn't say a complete list. Like, bro, you've been watching my streams. Just click the link, dog. Well, don't click the link because we got to either we going to listen to the audio or we going to watch your old live streams. You're going to break it all the way down for us. But I think we got like 1 more minute where he says like some stuff, but it's all like incoherent bullshit. Like, bro.
Fine. Don't be my friend. I assume it's just like Bosh. Ooh, that looks broken. No, that's not broken.
Yeah, he worked with Jason every year, man. He knew him. He wasn't on the road with him everywhere.
You guys must think I'm so dumb. No judgment here, brother. Do what you have to do. If you could sum up the real world, if you could sum up the real Jason one word, the fans wouldn't know. You know, Jason had a big fear of failure, actually.
Here we go. This is the last one.
And it's very endearing because he's this total badass. He's like maybe the second most badass person I've ever met. I'm also good friends with the rock star double tunnel I read, and that dude is a machine. But Jason is like, you know, like 10 of me couldn't fight him. He's a machine. But he had a huge fear of failure because he had a great deal of, you know, honesty, and Jason felt that if he failed, he let everyone down. Like he let all the fans down and stuff. So he had a kind of a big fear of failure, which I thought, when I got to know him, I thought that was so interesting. You know, he was just very vulnerable. You know, Jason cried a lot. He was a big crier. You know, and it was a beautiful thing. And in today's world, like a lot of men get shunned for crying, which is such garbage because, I mean, crying's an emotional release. That's healthy. Crying is healthy. Like, why are we getting down on people that cry? Like, that's a healthy expression. Oh, I did it. Okay. So I don't know if that answers your question. But I would say that's the one thing about Jason that probably most people don't know. Don't tell me I can't.
I think he puts the air conditioner on, and then that's the end of the stream where he just like basking in it.
So hot. There we go. Okay. Wait, what?
Last question then on Legend of the White Dragon. Can you truly say without a doubt Legend of the Dragon will come out this year on JDS B-Day like promised, or do you think another delay will happen?
No, it goes this way. Because it has to sign over there. Yeah. See, I'm not done. I'm just... Okay.
But I really think that's it, guys. I mean, I don't know. What did you think of the Aaron deleted live streams? I mean, he did touch on some things. Now, we could take this a little bit further and go into his text messages, or not text messages. These are comments, right? These are comments left on it, where he says, hey, you know, what's your comments on the leaked audio of you lot apparently wanting 2 million of the direct Legend of the White Dragon? You know, that's false, an assumption that was made. I stated that we would need half the budget raised to complete the film, with the Kickstarter about 25% raise. So we got his talking points. Budget goes to rewards, fees, and taxes. The other 25% goes to actors, crew through SAG payroll. Then 50% goes to Bat in the Sun Productions, which is his company, which then goes to set builds, costumes, makeup, catering, editing, music, sound design, special effects. Pretty standard stuff. Hope that clears it up. And they respond, thought as much, seen a lot of videos on YouTube about it. Yeah, people like to drum up hate. Hate from things they don't fully understand. Kyle and Dinesh were in Jason's ear along with Jude, Aaron, manipulating him. I tried to warn Jason about the lies and false promises, but he led with his heart and was eager to believe in people. It was why he was taken advantage of so much, sadly. Ooh, it hurts. I know it hurts. It stings. Eventually, Jason saw the truth, and none of their promises came true. I know Dinesh's fell through because, one, he was forced out the company when he didn't raise the money, and Bloodshot was sold to Sony. So, I mean, there you go. They goes like, nah, we're not putting anyone in there. Anyway, he wasn't put in the Bloodshot movie, and he wasn't co-credited for creating Draken. And a live action series never happened. Well, the live action series never happened because Jason wanted to do the Green Ranger series. Because if a Draken live action series happened, then Aaron is completely cut out the picture, and it would be the Jason David Frank and Kyle Higgins show because they did the Draken trailer. They did all that. Aaron wanted to direct Draken, and they were like, nope. No, Kyle's doing it. Hope that sheds light on all that, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Well, when you answer the questions, don't delete the goddamn live streams. Do you know where Jason specifically said he wanted it in theaters and on streaming service? I've been trying to research it myself by looking at Comic-Con panels. I just can't find a video where he says he wanted that. I'm sure that would help. Some top fan response. I'm also just curious. Who was in his ear encouraging an investor? How did Jason change his mind between 2017 and 2021? So grateful for Chris being a part of the funding. Just wondering how it came about. Thank you so much. Well, you know, we did see text messages where Aaron said, hey, look, man, if we want to do a full feature film, we need about $2 million. 500K ain't going to cut it. What about the leak audio where Bat in the Sun confirmed Aaron wanted half the budgets? I love when we have people who are aware, who are like, nah. He said that. He said he didn't want it, but he showed it. And we obviously got some Dragon Prime variants. I guess this is the OnlyFans variant. And we have the director variant where you see half contract for half. But we do have some last stuff right here, man. Some last stuff. What about the leaked audio? They're linking it. They're like, hey, here it go right here. Here it go right here. Oh, shit. Oh, man, you got to love it. You got to love it. Shout out to Resilient Army, man. Well, there you guys go. What do you guys think of the deleted live streams? Hopefully they're informative. Hopefully they provide you with a little bit more context. I'm looking forward to Aaron's response on his next deleted live stream where he talks about not the people he just named Noob Jason. And he probably is going to shout out like Francis and maybe Patrick Sky or Nicole or some other people, you know, maybe David Yost, maybe Amy Jo Johnson, who definitely had a long-standing relationship with JDF. But we will see. Do me a favor, like the video. And if you really enjoyed it, share it with a friend.